What it is, what it do, it's your boy Jay Smooth, and welcome to another episode of Smooth Customs. And this episode is the one that I've been hyping for like 2 years now, and the time has finally come. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are finally starting to air out on the Lexus LS400, and this is the episode where I show you how I do it, son. This is gonna be broken up into like, I think, more than one part. Because the first part of the video is where I show you how I make the mount, and I mount all the compressors and the tanks and the airlines and all that stuff. And then the next part of the video, I'm gonna have to show you me putting the air shocks and the airbags. And the other part of the video is where I'm gonna be shaving the front fenders and the rear fenders and rolling them. And another video is gonna be, might be the same video, where I'm relocating the main wire harnesses. I'm moving them up out of the way. This is something that needs to be done for the Lexus and some other cars too. I don't know which ones, but definitely Lexus LS. You gotta move that main wire harness up, or not, you're gonna have problems. I think that should be it. So it's gonna be broken down into, I don't know what, 3, maybe 4, no, 2, 3 episodes. So yeah, anyways, let's not mess around anymore. You guys waited long enough to see me do this damn air ride. Let's get to it. Alright, so the first place we gotta start is figuring out how we're gonna mount all the compressors and air tanks and water traps and valves and the whole 9. Let's see. So, oh, probably gotta take this out too. Attached. Alright. Yeah, probably get the lining out too. Lexus rag. Alright, as you can see, with the liner out, we have some extra space right here, which is good because we're gonna need it. So now that we have some extra space, we gotta figure out how we're gonna configure this. Now, I have one 3-gallon tank, but I think I want to put 2 3-gallon tanks, and I have 2 compressors and I have the valves, which I think I want to place the valves right here. Place the valves right up there, and these look like some spots where I could run the air lines right there. There's some spots already there that I could probably use. Yep. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is I'm going to grab a piece of cardboard, take some measurements, and make a template because I need to make this base out of wood. I need a wood base so that I could go ahead and attach the compressors and the tanks and all that. A few minutes doing some cutting and some measuring, we have our template. Now to transfer it over to some wood. Alright, so here's my piece of wood. This is just birch wood. I guess you could use particle board or what's the other one? MDF. But I think I had this laying around and, you know, balling on the budget. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this. Alright. So I got my rough outline. Now I gotta use a jigsaw. And I'm probably gonna have to use my brand new belt sander. All right. So I cut not on the line, but I gave it a little bit just outside the line, room for error, and give myself a little bit of margin for error. I'm gonna do a test fit in the trunk, but more than likely I'm gonna have to use my brand new belt sander that I've been waiting to use, that I got to do VIP tables, which I haven't done for like a year. Sorry guys. All right, I'll put the Lex in and try to test fit this piece in, but let's see how far off we are from our template is the question. All right, just to give you an idea, here we go. That is our template, and that is our wood. So we're not too much off, which, again, that was the purpose. And I even got some leftover wood to make some VIP tables for some upcoming episodes, because that has to happen. Surprise, motherfucker. I didn't even know this was gonna be an unboxing video. So this is my Harbor Freight belt sander, and I bought it, man, a year ago. I think it was like a Father's Day sale. So I don't remember how much I paid for this thing, but who cares? Because I need it. All right. Let's see. Instructions. Don't need those. We have sweet. Right. This thing looks pretty nice. I didn't even know what color this was, or at least I don't remember. By the way, this is a terrible unboxing video. I've never done one, so that's why I have no clue how to do one. But looks like that's it. Yep. I wonder if I should keep the box. Nah. All right. Here we go. Man, this thing is brand spanking new. You know what? Now that I think of it, I don't even think I bought this at Harbor Freight. Hold up. I might have ordered this one online. Good old eBay. Of course. How could I forget? It's been so long since I've ordered this thing that I completely forgot. This was one of those eBay purchases. I think I might have paid like 60 bucks for this. So hopefully it'll help me get the job done. Now I gotta figure out how to put it together. I guess I should have saved those instructions. Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and cut to it. I hope I put it together all right. And I don't actually know what I'm doing. I'm gonna give it a go anyways. All right. Well, it's the next morning, and here is the mock-up. I'm gonna start basically marking with a pencil where I'm gonna drill my holes for my tanks and the compressor and the battery. And so this is where the valves will be mounted on the side, and as you can see, it's pretty close to this. This tank sticks out maybe about 1 inch higher on this part, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some a base here to lift it up a little bit, so when I do the false bottom it'll clear everything. And yeah, there we go. And this is the setup that I got going on. So I have a splitter back here. Let's see if we can see it somewhere. Let's see. Alright, so I have a splitter. I don't know, it's right there. So I'm gonna run a power cable from the splitter that's coming to the amp and run it to the second battery. Now, you don't need a second battery, but if you can see, I have that space there, so I might as well add a battery. And I already have it anyways. So power to the battery. I'm gonna ground the battery on its own, probably right here. Then from the battery, it's gonna come to this circuit breaker so that I could cut it on and off manually. From the circuit breaker, it's gonna go here to this relay, the solenoid. This solenoid is gonna be wired up to have power when I turn the car on, or I don't know if I'm gonna put it on a switch so that it's direct to the battery, so I could have probably hit switches and run the compressor when it's off or not. So this will kick on the pressure sensor, which the pressure sensor is mounted right there. That's where the pressure sensor goes. And then from here, from the solenoid, we're gonna go to this splitter here, and this is where the compressors will be wired to. Some of the other stuff I got going on here is the tanks will connect right here with 3H hoses, and then I have this pressure sensor. This is going to be for the pressure sensor for the tanks. These will be for the pressure sensors for each side of the airbags. So yeah, once all this is done, then I'll probably make a false floor. I don't know if I'm gonna go wood and glaze it to match. Might be too much. I might just go with that charcoal carpet, and then probably put a window, you know, just a small window here, you know, probably like 24 by 24 or something, just so you could see the tank, definitely, so you could see the circuit breaker and the compressors and most of the battery, or some of the battery at least. So, you know, just have a nice window. I might put a cover so that when I don't want to have to show off and I want to throw stuff in the back, I won't scratch up the glass. And that is it. Alright, so now that I'm done making all the holes for the bolts that go on this, I'm going to go spray this with some Rust-Oleum bed liner in black, just to kind of water seal it. Well, okay, now that my base is coated with bed liner spray, it is time to start mounting things onto it so they can get dropped into the trunk of the LS. Alright, so it's 1 in the morning. I had to stop working because earlier today it was just so hot and I just couldn't get anything done. I was sweating so much. Probably one of the hottest days of the year in Vegas this year. So I didn't record because I was like starting, stopping, getting everything done. But all right, so I got this all tightened up. I got got the air lines connecting the 2 tanks, and then the compressors, everything's all plugged in. So this is ready to drop. The only thing that's not on here is the battery, because that's just way too heavy. Trying to get this in. This might be too heavy, so let's just see how it goes. Okay, here's where we're at now. This is all in. These are all mounted. Right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this conduit. This is a 9-wire conduit. I'm gonna open this up and I'm gonna start wiring up all the valves and grounding them. And then I got I think this is gonna be, this is power wire for the, this is gonna be the power wire for the pressure sensor, and I have ground here for the solenoid. So yeah, next step after this is I'm gonna have to be removing the back seat here so that I can start running this conduit wire to the front. All right, so here we have this valve grounded, and then this is for the solenoid right here, and then right there this valve is grounded, and then we're gonna ground the other side, and then it's time to run conduit. So I figure that the best solution is probably gonna be this same spot right here where I ran the power wire for the, well, the power wire for the amp and now the compressors. That's gonna be the best spot because this is plastic. I can just make this hole a little bigger and run the conduit through there, because I don't want to have to drill this stuff right here. You know, it's better to just leave it be. Just this spot's big enough too, so just make this hole a little bigger. No biggie. I'll just use my drill and I'll use this bit. Alright, there it is. Ground 9 wires and wire up 9 wires. I'm gonna go ahead and tape all this stuff up and tuck it all nice and neat. Well, it is all done. It's all wired up, zip tied, taped up, everything's out of the way. Now, this part is what's missing right now, is running air lines from the tanks to the valves, and it's gonna be from the valves to the bulkheads that I'm waiting to come in. Bulkheads are gonna go there. Right now I'm just gonna use regular airline, but once I get the system all working, you know, later on I think I might do hard lines. It'll make it look pretty slick, hard lines. So yeah, maybe later on, but I want to get everything working, you know, the airbags in, everything wired up and tested out before I start messing around with hard lines. But I'm stopping here for tonight. I got this whole muck of wires right there, and I'm gonna have to undo this carpet, run them along the sides. The digital air pressure gauge is gonna go right here on this vent, so I gotta take this out. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm basically gonna do all my wiring behind the tablet. In that area there I have space, so I'll put all my control switches and everything will be wired up there, and then I'll have power there for auxiliary and constant, so I'll wire up to those. And that's gonna be probably it. What's up? Well, it's morning time, and I already put in a few minutes of work, and I hadn't had my coffee, so I forgot to start recording. But let me show you what I've been done so far. I completely took apart the bottom part of the dash to give me access to remove the vents here. Yep, and replace it with the one that I had modified. I just got this in right now. It's not all the way snapped in yet because I have to run the wires for the air pressure gauge and wire up the switch. It's gonna go to the solenoid, and then of course the voltage meter. They all have to get wired up. Wires are gonna come here, and then wires are gonna go over here behind the radio. So let me get to that. Hey you, what you doing? What you doing? Okay. You playing Roblox, huh? Okay. Say hi to the guys.
Hello. Hi.
Oh God. All right. I gotta wire this stuff up. Okay, give me a sec. You can turn the flashlight off. I got light. I just gotta do a little thinking here, and it's hard to concentrate, but. Alright, so we are to the point in the process where we need to put these bulkheads in this location. Now, there are some rubber grommets already here, so I might not need to drill the holes for these on this side. Just remove these rubber grommets right here. Should be enough. Let's see. There we go. I might have to make the holes bigger, but as you can see, oh, perfect. All right, that one needs to be made a little bigger. This one's good right here. And then on this side, there's only one right here. Oh, there's only one right there. So let's see. All right, that needs to be made bigger, and then we need to make another one. Right here, so that we have. Yeah, now you don't have to use bulkheads. I mean, I guess you could just put a little grommet, plastic or rubber grommet, and put your airline through there. Look at this. I finally got somebody to come and help me. Kid owed me for that one time that I installed his dad's radio, so I got him here paying it back. Oh, thank you, thank you. Compliment for the man right here. I didn't see this. Yeah. No, I was making the holes for the bulkheads for the airlines, and then but I do need you to hold it from the top while I tighten it from the bottom. That's one of those things that I can't do by myself. Yeah. All right, so this is gonna be the dump out purge valve right here. Let's get this on. All right, so all the airlines is ran. Just hoping there's no leaks. Might have an air leak. I don't know. We'll see if the pressure sensor stops. All right, so there you have it. We are stopping the video right here. Tune in for the next one where we're gonna keep this air ride thing going. Thanks very much. Always like, comment, and subscribe. Everyone that's been waiting on this, you know, I'm sorry it took so long. Yes, I really appreciate all the feedback. I appreciate you guys tuning in and checking everything out. So yeah, see you on the next one. Peace.
Yeah, you know you looking all kinds of right. Get with me, don't put up a fight. Yeah.